family, how are you? I hope you're okay. Today I'm very much excited for yet another session I'm having. I have a guest with me. He's a very passionate guy, still in technology. He leads a team that runs the first Ugandan crypto exchange, and he's called Brian. He's a young man and a Ugandan as well, and I'm so much excited to have a conversation with him and talk a lot more in crypto and much more in-depth things, topics, covering so many things. But today we're going to have a conversation on how the state of Web3 and is faring. So join me, welcome Brian to AAO. Brian, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here. Excited to have this conversation with you. First of all, congratulations on taking this step of giving this content out there. It's a bold step. We are in an age of passion and content, and we need to communicate. We need to, what this message that we have in our minds, in our hearts, we need to let it out there in the world. And thank you, Frederick, for bringing me in here. And I hope this session will be,
That's right.
Yeah.
And by the way, thank you for honoring my invite and coming through. Let me go to there's a lot happening in the crypto space and things are moving so fast. You may feel like you're missing out. There's a lot of learning, and I think I should be carrying on this conversation and bringing people like you on the table, and you guide us on what is happening. So I want to start this conversation from a place of crypto seems to be disrupting our industry, especially finance. I wanted to understand what's the difference between traditional finance and the Web3 finance? You being at a place of you're leading a crypto exchange here in Uganda, and you're converting Uganda shillings to you're converting Uganda shillings to cryptocurrencies and selling it to people, and vice versa as well. And other banks maybe get scared, or other service providers may be like, hey, are we being left out? Or could you tell us more around that?
So definitely there are a number of differences between the traditional finance and the Web3 finance. But one thing that I'll start with is the players in the traditional finance shouldn't be left out. It's understanding that money evolves. Money has evolved for many centuries, from the time of barter trade, from the time of salt, from the time of gold. Money has gone through different stages. And right now, what this new technology, the blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies are bringing is just another step in the evolution of money. So the differences are many, the differences are big, and it's just about people identifying that a change has come, and then they get into the system and go with the movement. They don't need to be left behind. Most of the biggest players of the traditional financial world are actually getting into crypto. A lot of big hedge funds, a lot of big money managers like BlackRock and others are getting into crypto. So they don't need to be left behind. And what makes crypto what gives it strength, what gives Web3 finance strength is mostly decentralization. The way money works is people have to trust the system. The whole thing about banking is because people wanted to have a trusted system, a trusted third party. That's where the banks come in. So there's that centralized unit, that centralized power that people say, I know that if my money is in the bank, I'm safe. That's it. So now what is changing is money has become trustless. It's now about decentralization. It's now about the power of the people. Instead of one entity deciding that, no, Otim doesn't deserve to get a loan today, or Otim should get 24% interest on a loan of money that he saved himself. Now the people in a certain protocol decide and say, no, we are the ones bringing the money together, Let us put the percentage at 1% per annum. That is what is happening with Web3 finance. So giving the power to the people. Now, that comes with a lot of advantages. Because when we have centralization, there are a lot of costs that come in, there are a lot of issues that come in, and eventually you find that it is expensive to use. There are a lot of bureaucracies around it. So Web3 finance is removing all that, making it easy for any person to access finance at a very low, rate. For example, right now, banks like in Uganda, central banks give out loans from like 16% and above. The return rate of most businesses in Uganda is somehow lower than even 16%. So meaning that the majority of people who are getting loans in Uganda are working at a loss. You get it? Web3 finance can give you the access of the same amount of money that you can get in a bank without all these hurdles that you have to jump through at a very low percentage, which gives access to so many people. Moving money from one country to another using a traditional finance system, because of the different steps and the different institutions that one has to go through, ends up being expensive, takes a long time, because now most times receiving money from other countries through a banking system will take you like 2 to 3 days. Crypto removes all those hurdles. Like I said, it's becoming trustless. You don't need all these financial institutions to be the middleman to make a transaction happen. Meaning that at the end of the day, a person will send money from the US and another person will receive it in Uganda at a very small cost, and instantly. You can send money from the US to Uganda in 1 minute. Someone sends me money, I have it in 1 minute. And I can cash it out on binusu and I have my cash in Uganda.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
How can the centralized traditional finance people participate? Because they are invested heavily in infrastructure all over, and this technology seems to be more like a threat, I could say. But how would they be? How could they be included into this?
So the thing is, the blockchain technology, Web3, is open. It's like for everyone. There are no boundaries. There are no borders to this thing. So anyone who makes up their mind that they want to get to participate into this space, they can participate. There will be nobody that says, no, you are a bank, you shouldn't use blockchain technology. There are systems like Ripple, for example. I know you've heard of Ripple. Ripple has services that any bank can, plug into. Like they don't even need to build any technology. So it's not even about technology, it's not even about anything. It's about them deciding and saying, you know what, this is the new future. This is where we're heading. And the beauty is that they already have the power. They already have the money. They already have the resources. So any institution that decides to say, you know what, we are going to plug into the infrastructure of the Web3 than how we've been doing things, has a bigger advantage than me who doesn't have that muscle, that capacity. So it is so open for everyone to participate. It is just a twist in the mindset to realize that the old has gone. Now we're in a new thing, and this is where we need to be. Those that have made that decision have already started making changes. Like I've told you already, some institutions are already plugging into this system. And we're going to see many players. We have Visa, one of the biggest financial institutions in the world, is also finding ways of how to use crypto in their services, how to go native into the crypto space. MasterCard is making those moves. A lot of these platforms are making moves into that. So anyone who thinks that, no, this is how we've been doing things, we don't want to change, they'll be left behind. But you can just make the change. The blockchain industry, the crypto industry is open for anyone and everyone. Yeah.
But you see, Visa, MasterCard, those are like foreign banks here. Are there some local banks here who are looking into trying to adopt this technology?
Yeah, for sure. Local bank, you mean like Uganda?
Yeah, I mean like maybe in Uganda, here in Africa.
Right. So it might not be a local bank per se, but it can be in Uganda. For example, Standard Chartered. Standard Chartered, I know they have some partnerships. I think they're even one of the biggest investors in Ripple. So you can say like such companies are already making moves there. Others, you might not know it publicly, but people are really researching into this
They're
thing.
moving there.
Yeah, the movement is happening. You know, there's a saying that you cannot stop an idea whose time has come. Like, even if you fight it, you will. So most people are, you have to be a bit risk averse when you're dealing with people's money. So it's understandable for these traditional financial institutions. But I know for sure a lot of them are researching about crypto. This some of them it's public information, others it's not yet public information. But yeah, a few institutions are friendly to crypto. Like they will not chase you away just because you're doing crypto business. Others are really heavily invested or heavily researching into how they can get into the space.
So to what you've said so far, I think these institutions can coexist, both the traditional finance and Web3 finance. 100%.
100%. And I think ultimately there will be like a hybrid kind of way as we transition. Nothing, most of these life-changing technologies don't immediately blossom to what we know of. The guys who, discovered electricity, I don't think they imagine that you will have this light that makes you make a video like this. You get it, eh?
Yeah.
I don't think they imagined such happening. Like, we don't even imagine what things will happen in this space, in this financial space. But the fact that even central banks are trying to experiment with central bank digital currencies,
CBDCs.
Yeah. Central banks are experimenting with that. Many of them have already, done some pilots on this.
Just like Nigeria.
Yes. So the fact that even the major central banks are trying to get into these kind of technologies, it definitely is the next step. The coexistence is already happening and it will continue happening. Ultimately, we will maybe, I really can't say I can predict exactly what will happen 10 years, 20 years from now, but it's something that is already happening, so it will keep evolving. It will be exciting to see what happens, but we are already coexisting and we should continue coexisting.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
But now, how can traditional finance leverage this blockchain technology?
Multiple ways. The thing is, most of the traditional finance, you find that it still builds on some other infrastructure. For example, cross-border movement of funds in most banks is through SWIFT, right? Now, SWIFT has its own, reasons why things happen as they do. An alternative like Ripple or many others, Casper, there are many other platforms that are trying to build such kind of infrastructure, can be a start. Get the feel of, okay, if we change from this system to this system, how fast can our processes be? Yeah, you get it? Instead of having a ledger that is centrally for banks that have been happening, how about we put our ledgers on the blockchain for the start? Let's experiment with these things first. There's so many ways that they can instead of blocking the likes of a team from banking when they are doing crypto, why don't we just accept that money to come in? Why don't we just enable them? Such ways. Being positive is the start, and then start with a few technologies, implementing a few technologies, and then see how it builds up to the bigger picture.
So I've heard of this. What's the difference between stable coins and cryptocurrencies? Because I hear I don't hear. There is USDT and there's also US dollar. And then there's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. So what's the difference between all this? Could you elaborate more?
Yeah, I think a stable currency is still a cryptocurrency. Yeah, it is a cryptocurrency because it is built on the blockchain. It is decentralized, most of them anyway, and has all these characteristics of cryptocurrency. The only difference is a stable currency is pegged to a certain value that limits its price from over fluctuating. So in the building of most cryptocurrencies, it is built to be deflationary, or like it is about demand and supply. So if more people want the coin, the price will go up. If more people are selling the coin, the price will go down. So that's what brings this volatility in the crypto. But for a stable currency, they have to peg it to a certain value. For example, one can be pegged to a US dollar. In that, if we are issuing 1 million USDT, we should have 1 million US dollar in a bank somewhere. The exact amount. Yes. So every time someone puts in money that brings the circulation higher, the same amount is put there. So there is a peg, there's a balance. You get it, eh? The only thing that can affect that balance is if someone tampers with this pegged value. So recently we've seen some stable currencies lose value, lose peg. For example, I don't know, you've heard of Luna, the UST.
The UST, yes.
Yeah, the UST currency lost peg because its value was, what it was pegged to was tampered with. It was pegged to Bitcoin, which was like borrowed or staked somewhere. So when that value was tampered with, the other one lost the value. So the peg matters a lot on a stablecoin. And stablecoins are helping a lot in crypto because now they bring stability. A lot of people avoid crypto because they feel like crypto is it's too volatile. Now, for a stable currency, a stable coin, you know that there is that stability. And so far, those that have been well built, for example, USDC, it has proved that it can maintain that stability. It can maintain that level of stability. And now that's where things like cross-border payments, things like savings to hedge inflation and all that are being seen to work perfectly with the introduction of stable currencies. But in essence, they're also cryptocurrencies. It's just the nature of how they are built.
Oh, okay. I see. Now, what encouragement or insights would you give to investors who are questioning crypto's volatility because they may be scared of losing their hard-earned cash?
Yeah. First of all, I'll start with a hard truth. You can lose money in crypto. It's for real. Like,
you mean I can lose everything?
Yeah. Yeah. So the thing is, education is important. You need to learn to know like what is a good crypto, what makes one crypto very good compared to another. There are cryptocurrencies that you invest in and you lose everything. You have your 1 million, it goes to zero. You'll just be seeing coins, but they will be worthless. So first we start with the truth. Now you have to know and learn how to identify a coin or a cryptocurrency that has value. When you invest in a coin or a currency that has good value, or what I can say utility, you highly likely will never lose anything. In fact, you will highly likely be gaining more and more. Examples I'll give you are, coins that have good utility. For example, Ethereum, a coin that has helped, bring the smart contracts into this space, and a lot of projects are built on top of it.
Developers are building application on top of it.
Exactly. It's like 99.999% chance that Ethereum is going to stay relevant for many years to come. You get? So when you invest in a coin like Ethereum, you know for sure that you can't lose your money. This volatility, ups and downs will happen. Because at the same time, it's about demand and supply. So the prices will dip, and they might dip sharply. But so far from historical, when you look back, because Ethereum was launched around 2016. So when you look at the value, the growth since 2016, a person who bought Ethereum in 2016 and a person who bought land, for example, or I don't know which other investment opportunity you think is good for long term, there's no comparison at all. There's no comparison at all. So it's all about what you invest in. there are thousands of cryptos and a lot of them are fakes. A lot of them are wrong investments. You can lose money from them. But there are so many good ones at the same time. So when you do your good research and get to identify the good ones, it's unbelievably wonderful. And also when you have the long-term view to it, don't think about this quick gain, like I'm just entering crypto, I get rich one. Yes, chances are you might, but that's not the norm. Like, but if you play the long game, if you're like, I'm buying these coins for 5 years, after understanding the utility of that particular coin, and you're like, I'm in for the next 5 years, I think I haven't seen anything that so far beats crypto investment. So get information first, understand what you're investing into, and then get in.
We are not financial advisors. This is just a disclaimer. We are not financial advisors, and we are just speaking or discussing opportunities that are available in the crypto space. The most important thing is you need to do your research and making sure when you invest in it, you take the full responsibility and the risk on yourself. We're just it's just for educational purposes. So to just get a little bit, you mentioned Ethereum, and would you mention some other honorable coins that maybe someone would call it maybe a safe play to invest, to put in the money?
Without a doubt, Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin is the godfather of cryptocurrency. So without a doubt, Bitcoin it has proved the biggest use case for cryptos. So when we talk about stability, we can say Bitcoin is up there in the list. We also have so many others. I can quickly go through those that I feel like, because of what they're building. Because the entrance to crypto is through crypto exchanges. Like right now, a crypto exchange is the first step for anyone who is onboarding into crypto. So a coin from a cryptocurrency exchange is also a good buy. Especially if that exchange has stability, has value. So I would look at coins for exchanges. So FTX, BNB, such. Of course, you need to look at how strong the exchange is. Coins or protocols that are sorting this financial payment system. That's why I brought in XRP, then there are others like Casper that are trying to build rails on what the traditional finance can build on. Protocols that are also trying to solve these financial issues. Things, like MakerDAO, the ones that are trying to provide services that you would normally get in the traditional financial space. So basically, it's about a project that is building something, and it's good to find one that has already proved the case, not the one that is telling the story. Because there's also that. There are guys who are good marketeers and they're storytellers. So you tell you that I'm trying to build this ABCD, but it's not building anything. So those that have already proved themselves, you get it? Like we talked about Ethereum, like smart contract builders, for example, Solana, Atom, all these guys that are trying to build smart contracts that people can build on top. Basically it's utility. The coins are many, you can't list them. Like you said, you're not financial advisors. But when you look at utility, look at what the coin does. Like what could make this coin last for the next 5 years?
You mentioned something very important, but I want to, and we are encouraging people to do their own research.
For sure.
What basic research would someone be on his way or her way to a good project? Like, could you just mention some basic steps, like for anyone out there who may say, I want to invest, but where do I look? Which kind of sites do I go to find myself maybe a good project? And how do I invest, and how do I put my money?
Yeah, so there's a point I was making, let me even emphasize it. So don't go for good stories. Like I've seen coins, especially in Uganda here, people come with stories. There's one called Yem. It's telling people stories for years that we are launching ABCD years. If you are launch and we see. So don't look at stories. because marketeers are there. People will tell very nice stories. Someone can concoct a good story and you're like, this is a Bitcoin killer. But it's zero. It's just a scam. We saw one coin come and steal billions of people from the world. Yeah, we've seen so many of those scams. So don't look for a story. Look for an already existing product. Like, say, if I want to use it now, can I use it? Definitely, you can support guys who are going to build, but that's a risk. That's a risk. So for most people, they don't have the money to risk. Those are the people that cry when they lose the money. So if you're the kind of person that would cry if you lost your money, don't go for stories. Go for real things. Go for something that is already built. Something that you can use, right? If I tell you that Solana is good, how do I use Solana? I'll know. If I want to buy an NFT, I'll buy an NFT using Solana. If I want to build, if I'm a developer and I want to build a product, I can build it on top of Solana. If I want to do ABCD, I can do it. If I tell you BNB is good, you're like, okay, how can I use BNB? If I have BNB on Binance, I'll get reduced fees. I'll get all these chances to invest in all other products that BNB brings. I mean, Binance brings if I'm working with Binance. So it's to look at such things. Look at the utility. Can I use it as an individual? So when you say, where can I get the research? One, Google is your friend. Google is your friend. Like, if someone says, oh, if you see a coin on CoinMarketCap or someone talks to you about a certain coin, Google. Go to Google, just type this coin, what does it do? Even if you type those exact words, Google will bring all the results. Secondly, we have YouTube. YouTube is a very wonderful resource. There are very good guys on YouTube that are bringing very nice content out there. Binusu is also there on YouTube. But there are guys that have historically proven that they are not about benefiting themselves, but giving good information. Example I can give is like a channel called Coin Bureau on YouTube. Like that guy has been doing this for over, I think, since 2014. And up to now, he has never compromised himself. We have guys called Whiteboard Crypto. For them, they just explain things in a whiteboard format. Very interesting channel. Like guys who are not compromising themselves. There are people who have been in the space. They give good information, but eventually they compromise, like Crypto Boy or whatever other people. Like somehow they compromise because of financial gain. But the other guys who just give information, they are happy providing information. So you should look out for such guys with a good repetition. I would look for a guy who has thousands of videos over the years and people are not compromised. I mean, they're not talking badly about him. And you can also find out what people are talking about someone by Googling again. You get it. So find resources. There are the other platforms like Cointelegraph if you like reading. Cointelegraph provides very nice information.
Binance Academy.
Binance Academy.
Yeah.
There's CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap is the biggest aggregator of crypto data. And CoinMarketCap even has an academy. It has a learning platform there. So such platforms are very good for the start.
Okay. Wow. Okay. To just recap some of the things you said. One, Google is your friend.
Yeah.
And I think from that you also need to learn how to use exchanges. There are different kinds of exchanges. There are centralized exchanges, there are decentralized exchanges, there are global exchanges, and there are also exchanges like binusu, which is a very good exchange here in Uganda. If you want to buy crypto or sell at any one point, don't hesitate to check them out. And then there are also influencers like Brian has said, you check them out. But importantly, and lastly, I think, CoinMarketCap, the aggregator of these things, if you really want to go onto the real projects and see if it's listed there, or you visit the sites of these projects that are listed and you read through their white paper and see what the promise that they're giving. If someone told you that they are having this project that is launching, what is their white paper saying? And are they fulfilled some of the things? And how are they distributing the tokens? I think Brian may say something about tokens and then how they distribute this thing. And you be talking about a project, then you are jumping into tokens. So I don't know, Brian, would you say something a little bit there? Then we move off from there.
Sorry, let me understand you well. Like about.
Okay, about a project having like, okay, we're talking on the distribution of the tokens.
The token, yes.
Yeah, for a project. Like
Yes.
we're in a place where we are researching a project and we realize, oh, it has some elements called tokens
Yeah.
and coins. Yeah, maybe could you just briefly say something around that? Maybe.
Okay. Okay. So the word token, of course, is used broadly to mean the the currency, right? The amount, the value, and all that. But there's also, you'll find that some call them coins, others call them tokens. Now, coins are for layer one or native blockchain applications, like those that are having their own blockchains. So Ethereum is a coin, Bitcoin is a coin, and all that. Tokens are those that build on top of others. So those that build on top of Ethereum and all that, those are tokens. Now, where do you find, how does the number of coins or tokens a cryptocurrency have benefit your value? So most coins are built with a limited supply or a maximum supply. For example, Bitcoin has 21 million coins. That's the maximum it will ever have. So how does that affect the price? Bitcoin can easily become 1 million per Bitcoin. But a coin like Dogecoin that has billions of coins might never reach 10,000. It might never reach $100 actually because of that. So the tokenomics, the economics of a token can influence its price and can influence like what you can get. So also what you mentioned about distribution, even the distribution of the coins themselves can affect the price, can affect even how you have it. You don't want to have coins that are highly distributed concentrated in a small group of people. You want coins that are, the tokenomics of or token economics matter a lot. How the coins or the tokens are distributed is very, very important. You don't want to find that a large group of people hold a big percentage of what? Of the cryptos. Most projects, when they are launching, you find that there is a distribution between the developers, marketing, what goes to liquidity, what goes to the team, and the like. So all that is important, but majorly, while you're looking at it, find that there's a large distribution for the community. Because at the same time, crypto is all about community. Like we said, it's all about people. It's decentralization. So you don't want to find that there's just a small number of people that control that kind of token. So the good thing with blockchain is you can read these things. There's what they call explorers, like blockchain explorers. Each blockchain has its own. Ethereum has Etherscan, Binance Chain has BSC, Bitcoin has BitX Explorer. So it's good to look at the contract of a specific coin and see the distribution. That can help you make a good decision about the future of it. Because if some small number of people control a large stake of that coin, they can do anything at any one time. Yeah. So distribution is crucial.
Oh, Brian, thank you for that information. It was really, I hope my people who are starting out can easily get a grasp of that and try to play around with it and get a hang of that. So, what does the future of Web3 look like? I want to hear how it would look like.
Yeah. So the imagination is everything will be more like in the Web3. Even the way we live our daily lives. I don't know if you've heard of metaverse or metaverse.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So metaverse concept is basically a digital space that somehow combines your natural life and a digital life, like extended experience, and imagine now you don't have to be here with me doing this interview or this conversation we're having. It can be anywhere in the world and we seem like we're together here, And the metaverse is going to simplify the way we move, the way we talk, the way we meet, you know. Then definitely payments, those ones are already, it's been like the best, the starting point. But Web3 can be used, I mean, blockchain technology can be used in logistics, supply, so the way traceability of what you eat, like I can know the cassava I'm cooking today, where it is coming from and who, how many years it was, it was planted and all that. So the future of Web3 is the infusion of how we know life as is, simplified in that nature. So it is immense. We are just seeing a few applications here and there. We're seeing NFTs, we're seeing the metaverse, we're seeing DeFi, but I believe that it can expand to almost everyday life, everything that you do. It can help you make life much easier. So it is immense. It's like I said, a person who discovered electricity might not have known all these things that electricity is helping us do right now.
That's right.
So we might not even know the extent of what Web3 and blockchain and all these technologies will lead us to. But it's huge, it's humongous.
But Brian, you run an exchange, and we haven't talked much on it. I want us to first talk a little bit there. The exchange is it's called binusu. How can someone find you or trade on binusu? So first of all, thank you for bringing it up. So excited about binusu and what we are building and what we are trying to bring to the world. binusu is building a number of good products that, as we've been having this discussion, things that will help people onboard into the crypto space. And we started with an exchange. Like I said, an exchange is the first point for anyone who wants to get into crypto. Because basically you want to get your Uganda shillings, for example, and have that turn into this digital currency that we call crypto. So you don't have any other way of doing it on the exchange. So that's where binusu plays the part. Our website is called binusu.com. We have different tabs and features when you go there, but you'll find quick exchange. So quick exchange will help you convert your Uganda shillings, to crypto. And we have a number of cryptos there, and we'll keep on adding others. Right now we have around 8 of them, and you can buy any of those. I must mention we have the best rates in Uganda right now. You can test us, you can do a sample. We don't have any single exchange that gives better rates than binusu right now. So, and we have that personalized experience. We want to onboard people into the crypto space, so we talk to you, we are available, we are there. The numbers are on the side, you can chat with us, you can connect with us, and even the order process itself, we have that personalized touch. So binusu is exciting. It's going places. We're soon launching in very many different countries all over the world. We have already gotten a crypto license in Dubai, the UAE. Actually, one of the first crypto exchanges in Africa to get a UAE crypto license. So we're making moves, man. That's good, man.
binusu is one of the first the first crypto exchange in Uganda. And we've been in the space for long. We have enough experience, and we've been serving people very well for all over there. So we are mostly trusted. We're loved by the people, and we want to keep that going for the other days to come.
Thank you for that. You mentioned some of the things that I wanted to ask you, and then you went a little bit ahead of me. What developments you're having for us?
Out of excitement, you can't yourself.
I can see you're very much excited. What developments you have for us?
So like I said, we have a quick exchange. So as you know, we also have these challenges of regulators sometimes bringing blockages in how things done. I'm sure most of the people have heard about, the circulars put out by our financial, regulators and everyone out there. But the way crypto was built was to be peer-to-peer. So we also want to provide that avenue. Besides the peer exchange, we're bringing P2P. So P2P will enable the inbuilt feature for crypto was to be P2P, peer-to-peer payments. So to allow people to trade within themselves. So binusu will be like the trusted entity which will do escrow services to make sure that if a team wants to deal with brand, we will not cheat each other. But basically, we'll be dealing directly. So we are releasing a P2P platform very soon. And then we have a trading platform. Most times when you're buying crypto, you want it to gain value. A lot of people who buy crypto want for it to gain value. So our trading desk is also launching real soon. Then I've talked a lot about cross-border payments. There's no way we can fail to do cross-border payments. Like I said, we've already gotten a crypto license in Dubai, and we are opening offices in Dubai. So we'll be able to enable people to do cross-border payments. So we know we have a lot of Ugandans who are in the UAE. We have a lot of Africans who are in the UAE. So we want to enable those payments. So we're going to be bringing sort of a remittance. I don't know if the word is remittance, but cross-border payments. Yeah. So a Ugandan who is in the UAE will be using binusu to send money home at a very cheap cost and instantly. All these hurdles that people have been facing over Western Union, put that on the side. We're going to be using binusu to make those transfers. I don't know if I can talk about all the other things we're bringing, but there are very many exciting things we're bringing to enable you. Our mission is to really build the future of finance in Africa. And we are going to do that by liberating your money. Your money is a slave right now. We want to liberate it. That's what binusu is going to be doing for you. So we're going to be liberating your money, and we're doing it in different corners and different aspects. Yeah, we welcome you to that journey. Go to binusu.com, you'll see all the things that are coming right now.
That's right. Actually, I usually use binusu when I want to make some transactions. A little bit simple and just very simple. If I want to buy, just go to the site, binusu.com, buy, you're gonna buy which coin, you check it out, and then they give you an address. The next thing but before this, you need to first register, and the only requirement is just a name, binusu as it is right now. But I think there are more developments that's coming, more features. It's actually a very good thing. If really, you should check these guys out. They're really very. Sure. They have a personal touch in their service, and I really love it. You should check them out and experience that service as well. If you want to not to be scammed, maybe you want to liquidate your crypto. It's in another exchange. Either way, they can still support you and serve you. Any crypto, they can give it to you. If you're in Uganda, they can give it in UGX, in your mobile money. And also you can get it from your mobile money and
the bank.
And a bank, actually. And deposit the bank, and both works. To just bring this to an end, we are so much excited to have. If you've been here to the end, please consider subscribing, and I'll be releasing more, bringing more engaging guests. We'll be talking about a lot more things. And I'm happy to be gracing his presence with me here and talking a lot more on these topics. And I want us to keep talking a lot more other things. So, Brian, maybe in conclusion, what are your final thoughts? Just generally, maybe, what could you have to say?
First of all, again, thank you so much for this chance, for this opportunity. I always love having such movements to really talk about crypto, and I'll be happy to come again. It's been fun. I hope you'll consider inviting me again. But in closing remarks, I encourage anyone who is out there to dip their toes into crypto. It's a very exciting world. One can even say it's addictive. Like once you're into crypto, once you understand the benefits of crypto, once you get to, see it for real for what it is, man, it's amazing. We just have the challenge of a lot of people are going in the wrong way, like by scammers and what, so they get discouraged easily. And there's this whole big notion of crypto is volatile or what. So there's a negative thing about crypto out there, but the information is there. So educate yourself. educate yourself about this industry, about Web3. This is something that is happening, whether you're in it or not. This is happening. This is the future of money. Whether you like it or not, it is the future of money. So instead of saying 5-10 years from now, like, I watched that video where these guys were telling me to dip my toes and I didn't do anything. This is the time. Try something. Start with YouTube. Just start with YouTube. Like the way you found this video. I'm glad maybe you found it on YouTube. So start with YouTube. Search for crypto, search for crypto talks and understand what this is all about. But get in. You don't need to invest or buy or what, but get the information. Information is power. Get the knowledge.
There you have it, guys. The man himself is running an exchange here in Uganda, telling his mind. I hope the most important thing is taking action. Yeah. We can talk all we want, but the takeaways are action points. That if you from this talk have an action point, or maybe researching, maybe just researching anything that you've been thinking about crypto and maybe how to get involved in different ways, and that will go a mile long. So on that, we are ending our talk today. Thank you and goodbye.